Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for this late night video right here. 669! Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video. Hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and all my other channels as well down below. And find me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, make sure to hit that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload. And hopefully YouTube can send out my videos and you will never miss them. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, on this very late Thursday night, January the 23rd, 2020, or if you're watching from somewhere else, January the 24th, 2020, it is time for your late and super so far out of date Monday night review for January the 20th, 2020, the Martin Luther King edition of Monday Night Raw, as they always do in January. And it's also the go home edition of Monday Night Raw before this Sunday's Royal Rumble event live on pay-per-view and the WWE Network for that low price of $9.99. So, another Raw comes your way, and it had its highs, it had its lows. The main event was horrible. 4 freaking minutes for a main event. There were a couple other parts that were done. There was a couple squash matches that weren't needed, even though they were filler. But otherwise, the show was kind of I really didn't like it. I was kind of bored with it. I was just rewatching it a little while ago, and I had to turn it off after the Andrade Rey Mysterio battle match. Everything went to shit, and I didn't care. I turned it off, deleted it from my DVR. I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. So that's all I gotta say about that. And I'm really not looking forward to the Royal Rumble. Not looking forward to that. That's not. I mean, no storyline progression at all. No storyline progression at all. Maybe a little bit, but not much. And that was basically it. I mean, this was the worst go-home show of 2020. Worst go-home show in the, well, I wouldn't say the history of Raw, but this was pretty bad. And every time they do a go-home show, it sucks. I can only imagine what the go-home show for, if they even do it this year, they were doing in February, the Saudi Arabia show that was supposed to be at the end of February, around there. I heard sometime in February. It's gonna suck. And the only event in February that WWE has is NXT Takeover Portland on February the 16th. That's gonna be the event of February for WWE, not of every promotion. Plus, you got AEW's got Revolution on February 29th. I don't know if NWA's gonna. Well, NWA's got Hard Times tomorrow night, which I'm not really gonna watch, but I might watch a little bit of it. Got other stuff to do, so might not watch the pay-per-view at all, but we'll see. And then Sunday is the Royal Rumble, and I'm not looking forward to it. First time in a while that I haven't really looked forward to a Royal Rumble. I mean, the men's and women's matches, there's gonna be surprises, returns. Maybe some people from NXT show up, like Keith Lee. Maybe Adam Cole, Baby shows up. Tommaso Ciampa, guys like that. Maybe Imperium. Maybe Walter enters the Royal Rumble. That'd be nice. Maybe the Velveteen Dream comes out of the ground and makes his return. I don't know. And the women, all you got is Charlotte. Maybe Natalya. Maybe Liv Morgan, Lana. I really don't know what's going on there, but they're gonna have people from NXT come up, like Shayna Baszler, like Vanessa Bourne, maybe Bianca Belair, maybe Io Shirai. They need a lot of people. They only got at least 5 women announced. Five women announced for the Women's Royal Rumble. Charlotte's one of them. I mean, he's gonna get 25 jabronis from either NXT. They're gonna come up for NXT developmental, like maybe Casey Catanzaro, Candice LeRae might be in it. I don't know. Tegan Knox might be in it. Dakota Kai might be in it. Rhea Ripley might even be in it. She'll probably she's getting her ass handed to her by Toni Storm, but I don't know if they're gonna do that. But you know, Men's Royal Rumble already has 25 people, so they're gonna have 5, maybe surprise entrants or returns. There's a high rumor that Edge is coming back since he posted a picture on it. I don't know if on his Twitter or on his Instagram of him looking at his boots. It said RR on it. Rated R. And they're not really saying Royal Rumble. But Edge could come back just for his Mania run. Have a high profile match, maybe with Cena, which I really don't want to see. But Cena wants a big match, so, put him against Edge. And the feud will never end. But it's gonna end because both of them, well, Edge is semi-retired. Cena's, well, we haven't seen Cena in a whole year, thank God. And another guy we haven't seen is The Undertaker. Who knows what The Undertaker's gonna do for WrestleMania 36. Who knows? That's all I gotta say about that. So let's get into Monday Night Raw. I talked enough about that crap. And the Royal Rumble coming up, which I'll do my predictions probably tomorrow, if not maybe early Sunday. The pay-per-view starts. Well, way before the pay-per-view starts. I'll do them the day of the pay-per-view, but we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, we start Monday Night Raw with Seth Rollins and his disciples. I guess that's that. I don't know what they're gonna name them. I don't know if they're gonna name them like the Acolytes or some. I can't call them the Acolytes because that's taken by the corporate ministry and the Undertaker, and you're gonna have a nice little copyright suit with Ron Simmons and JBL because they were called the Acolytes. Then there were the APA. No, I'm thinking of something else. Wait, the Acolytes were Connor and Victor. But guess where they're gone? Bye-bye. They're doing independent bookings right now. But I digress, and that's why the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team division sucks. But anyway, Seth Rollins comes out with the AOP and the new disciple, Buddy Murphy, in a black suit. Seth Rollins is in a leather jacket and his Monday Night Messiah t-shirt, which you can all buy at www.shop.com. Cheap plug. So they come out, and Seth says without the fans, there was no Monday Night Messiah. Thanks for the fans for believing in him. The underwhelming support and faith they have in him, and he's forever in their debt. Then he turns to Buddy Murphy and thanks him for his help last week. He opened his eyes and embraced his fate and was brave and courageous. And now he stands on the right side of history. See how Buddy Murphy woke up and hit the Big Show in the nuts and allowed Seth Rollins and the AOP to beat Big Show, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe in that fist fight last week. So we see that, and Buddy Murphy's all happy and everything. Seth says he saved them in the nick of time because they are fate and destiny. They're at a crucial time, and if you have to decide what kind of people you want to be, and the locker room has to make a choice. So basically, if you're either with them or against them, haven't we heard this before? The Shield, Nexus, the Core, if you want to go there, go further than that. The Core, Straight Edge Society. another faction, the Authority, said that if you're either with us or against us, you throw in Evolution. So every faction has said you either with us or against us, and if you're against us, you're gonna get your ass handed to. So basically, another one of these factions. Let's say that. Uh, anyway, and then Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe come out. KO says Seth talks too much. He did take out the Big Show, but he will be back, and him and Joe are still here. They've had enough of Seth and they want to fight. Seth says, well, if you want to fight, we can fight at the right place at the right time, Royal Rumble. But if you want to fight right now, no. Not going to have a fight right now. Joe says he sees a self-proclaimed Messiah, but all he sees is an asshat. Seth says, I'm a forgiving man, AOP. Seth says, if they want to fight, come on down and dance with Destiny. So it looked like we're going to get the AOP and Kevin against Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. But Joe says they're ready and we're not alone. And then the Viking Raiders, the Raw Tag Team Champions, come out to even the odds. They hit the ring and they clear the ring of Seth Rollins and company, and they stand tall. So that was that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens with the rest of the night as it goes on. Seth sounded like a prophet in this promo, but he is the modern day Jesus. But it is what else is what it is, and that's all I can say about that. So we move on. All right, then we get a Rey Mysterio Andrade video package highlighting their feud. Andrade taking a mask of Rey a couple times. What's leading up to this ladder match for the United States title, and it should be a great match. But we'll see what happens with that. And then after that, we go backstage with Seth Rollins and his disciples. They're walking backstage, and then Charlie Caruso comes up to them and interviews them. Seth says he saw it coming about the attack by the Viking Raiders, Joe and Kevin Owens, and says that they challenged the Viking Raiders for the tag team titles, and it will not be the AOP challenging the Viking Raiders. It's going to be himself and Buddy Murphy. So Buddy Murphy's getting a title shot since he hasn't had a title since the Cruiserweight title. So maybe he gets another title here and there, but we'll see this. So Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins challenge the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team titles. I'm kind of pissed because I wanted the AOP to fight the Viking Raiders and beat the Viking Raiders either at Raw or at the Royal Rumble by WrestleMania. But they blew a chance right here to have the AOP fight them. It would have been a great match. Two hard-hitting teams, and they pulled the rug right out from under us like WWE always does, and they put Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy in. And guess what happens? I think you know. So we get that. So I gave the interview 2.25 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens in that match coming up in a little bit. We go to the ring for our first official match, ladder match for the United States title. Andrade defending against Rey Mysterio. We had Selena Vega looking hot at ringside. This match was fucking brutal. Brutal. They used the ladder a lot. A couple of scary spots. There was one. Rey was up top. Andrade was up top with him. And Rey hits a Super Conrana. And then Andrade flipped. And he hit his neck on the ladder. I don't know how Andrade didn't get seriously hurt there. Then there was another one where Andrade's doing the Three Amigos a la Eddie Guerrero. And on the third one, he suplexed Rey onto the ladder. There was another one where Rey went to get the belt. Andrade went up with him. Well, Andrade pushed Rey off the ladder. And Rey's hanging from the contraption that holds the belt, kind of like Jeff Hardy. And Andrade tried to pull him down, and Rey landed on his head. It just didn't look right. And then Rey kind of does a semi sunset flip bomb onto the ladder bridge that they had. But like I said, this match was brutal, and in the end, Ray dumps Andrade, I think, to the floor. He climbs up, looked at the U.S. title won, but Zelina Vega climbs up on the other side, gets on top of the ladder, straddles it, and well, not like that, and stops Ray's momentum from stops Ray in his tracks from getting the belt. Then she slaps the crap out of Ray, and then Andrade comes in side of the bridging ladder, I should say, and he comes from behind, hits Ray in the back of the head with a forearm. Then he locks in the hammerlock DDT, and boom, hammerlock DDT into the ladder. That was a fucking sick spot. Everybody went completely nuts. And right after that, Ray is done. Andrade slowly goes up to get the belt, unhooks it from the contraption, and he wins the match to retain the title. So it was a good match. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. The greatest ladder match of all time, but we all know the greatest ladder match of all time is Scott Hall and HBK at WrestleMania 10. We all know that. So, like I said, it was a brutal match. A few rough, scary spots. But still a good match. Really should have been at the Royal Rumble, in my opinion. But I still don't know why they put this on Raw. I guess they needed the ratings. They wanted something to, kick off Raw with a bang, I guess. If you want to say, well, besides the segment with Seth Rollins and company and Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe and company, they wanted to get that out of the way, and I would have just started the night with the ladder match, then have that segment go on. But I'm not the booker, I'm not the creative person of Raw, and I'm just a schmuck from Jersey. But it is what it is. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So once again, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Andrade keeps the belt. Afterwards, he looks to DDT Ray on the exposed floor. He did to Humberto Carrillo, but Humberto Carrillo comes out of the crowd wearing a Rey Mysterio mask. He pulls it off and starts beating up on Andrade, sending him and Zelina Vega to the back. And then he checks on Ray to see if he's okay. And then, in a post-Raw segment, he challenged Andrade to a match at the Royal Rumble for the United States title. I don't know if Andrade accepted it or not. I assume he did. And I guess we're going to get Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo either on the pay-per-view or on the kickoff show. I'm thinking it might be on the kickoff show because I really don't want to see it on the main show unless it's going to be a filler match. And I think Andrade will beat Humberto Carrillo. I really don't think Humberto Carrillo is going to win the belt, after coming back from his neck injury. But you never know. I don't think Andrade is going to be a transitional champion. I really don't think he should, but stranger things have happened in the WWE. And we'll see what happens on that. So we get that. So we'll see what happens with Humberto Carrillo and Andrade at the Royal Rumble, if they have a match or not. Alright, then we get the yearly Martin Luther King Jr. tribute video, like they always have during Monday Night Raw. They usually have it in the beginning. This time they had it after 30, 40 minutes. Okay. So we get that. That was pretty nice. Celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King on his well, it's not his birthday, but his the day of his death. We get that. And then we get to your squash match of the week that lasted all of 4 seconds. We got Aleister Black taking on some jabroni. And like I said, it lasted 4 seconds. The bell rings. The stupid jobber rushes. He's like, yeah! Black mass right in the mush. 1, 2, 3. If you went to the bathroom, you missed it. If you blinked, you missed it. This was just, I think, a filler match to get, like a cool down period for get the crowd cool down a little bit after that hellacious ladder match. I can see what WWE was doing right there, but That's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, Aleister Black continues his winning ways and his undefeated ways on Monday Night Raw, and it's only a matter of time before he gets some better competition. And well, I wouldn't say better than Buddy Murphy, but I think Buddy Murphy was his biggest test so far. Not saying Cesaro. Cesaro's Cesaro. And that's all I gotta say about that. So hopefully Aleister Black gets some competition. Maybe a United States title run. Maybe a match with Andrade or whoever wins the belt. Maybe he gets thrust into the WWE title picture. And see what happens with that. Maybe after WrestleMania, he starts getting some title shots. Or maybe they put him in the Elimination Chamber match. And coming up in March. I think it's March 1st, March 2nd, I believe. So, yeah, it should be March 1st, I think, or March 8th or 9th, something like that. I know it's early March, because they gotta do that first and then hype up WrestleMania the next 4 or 5 weeks. So yeah, Elimination Chamber is not gonna be in February. It's gonna be in early March, like the first weekend of March, I believe. So I would assume that Aleister Black's gonna be in that match. Probably Roman might be in the match. Maybe Drew McIntyre might be in the match. Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe might be in it. Maybe Seth Rollins. You get throw like almost anybody in that match, even though they have 6 pods. Actually, 4 pods and 2 guys in the ring to start off. So you could throw in Aleister Black, Roman, Seth, Drew, and you put Kevin Owens and maybe Samoa Joe. There's your 6 people. Then you gotta think of You gotta think of AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Ricochet, guys like that. And you gotta think of people on SmackDown like Braun Strowman, even though he's going for the IC belt. You could throw Braun Strowman in the chamber. You could put I would say the Miz, but they're in a feud with the New Day over the tag belts, which they're probably gonna get anyway at the Rumble. You throw anybody in that chamber match, but it's a couple about a month and a half away, so like we'll see what happens with Aleister Black as the months and weeks go by. He will be in the Royal Rumble, I assume. I highly doubt he'll win it. I wouldn't mind him winning it. It'd be nice to see Aleister Black and Brock Lesnar. See Brock Lesnar get his head kicked off, but I think they're going with somebody. Hopefully the person that we don't want to win, and that's who, Roman. But hopefully they go with the person I want to win. That's Drew McIntyre. But we'll see what happens with that on Sunday. And that's it. Like I said, I didn't give that match a rating. It was 4 seconds, and I could have took a shit and I forgot about the match. I really didn't care. And that's it. All right. After that, we get to My Name is Paul Heyman, and he comes out with the WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, and come out. Heyman's wearing something from Vince McMahon's '80s collection. It was weird. It was nice, but it looked weird. But it is what it is. Paul says people take Brock for granted because he proclaims a spoiler and Brock delivers on it. He says Brock's going to enter the Rumble at number 1 and he's going to win. He says Brock will run through the field and eliminate the competition. 29 challengers will hit the floor and the Beast will stand tall. We'll see about that. He says Brock will win because no one is worthy of facing him at Mania. Drew McIntyre. So we'll see what happens with that. And he runs down the crowd for booing Brock and saying that no one is worthy to face his Beast. And then, of all people, Ricochet comes out. Yeah, that guy. The so-called superhero. He comes out. Says Paul talks and talks and talks every week. And some of the guys in the back are afraid to step in the ring with Brock, but not him. So Paul's like, you actually gonna have a fight with Brock? Really? And he says Ricochet is lunch meat and needs to go away before he gets hurt. Ricochet, being the dummy he is, refuses, says the Rumble is his ticket to Mania, and he's gonna fight for that because he's not afraid to step in the ring with Brock. So he gets in the ring, bad move, and challenges Brock to a street fight. And Heyman's laughing up a storm. Brock's kind of laughing it up too, and he teases walking away. And then Ricochet's like, "Oh, I guess you're scared then." So Brock turns around, kicks Ricochet right in his family jewels, Los Cojones, for you Spanish people out there. And Brock gets on the picks up the mic and says, "I'm not scared." And he throws down the mic and he leaves with the WWE title and Paul Heyman in tow. So, pretty good segment. Was what it was. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars for it, and we'll see what happens with Brock Lesnar and see how many people he throws out before some worthy people come up in the Royal Rumble. I think he's going to eliminate the first maybe 10 people. 10, 15 people, and then guys like Roman will come out. Maybe Braun Strowman will come out. Aleister Black will come out. Guys like Brock, that Brock will have a little bit of a time with being in the ring for a while. Brock's probably going to be in the match for like maybe 30, 40 minutes. I would say 30 minutes tops. I don't think he's going to last like 40 minutes to an hour. He's not going to last the whole thing. And I think somebody like Drew McIntyre is gonna throw him out, and that'll set up Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 36 for the WWE title, and Drew wins the belt, finally earning his title that he should have got way about a year or two ago. But we'll see what happens with that. And then again, they could go the Roman route, which they're thinking of doing. Roman wins like he did in 2015, coming out of nowhere when we thought it was Rey Mysterio coming back, or somebody else coming back, like maybe AJ or something like that. Then Roman Reigns comes in to kill everybody's spirits, and all the videos done when Roman Reigns came out, it was like, fuck. So we'll see who's at number 30 this year. I'm hoping it's somebody popular. It could be Edge at number 30. It's not gonna be CM Punk. Let's be real. It's not gonna be him. There's no mention of him coming back unless he decides to come back by himself and just shock the fans. Or we already know he came back to do that backstage show. It could be Goldberg. There's a high rumor that Goldberg's gonna be in it. Maybe The Undertaker's in it. Because we haven't heard from The Undertaker in a while, and it's usually around this time where The Undertaker comes around and makes his usual trip to Mania. So we don't know who Taker might face this year, if he faces anybody at all. I still think he should just retire. He's got nothing left. For a guy that's 54, 55 years old. Guy's got nothing left. He's broken down. He can't wrestle that good anymore. He just needs to go and get put in the Hall of Fame in the next 3 to 5 years. Hey, if Alicia Fox could get in, The Undertaker get in. Alicia fucking Fox. Who thought of that idea? Alicia fucking Fox in the Hall of Fame. Again, somebody that should not be in the Hall of Fame put in before women like Miss Elizabeth, before people like Melina, before people like Victoria, Tara, before the Jumping Bomb Angels. There's a rumor that the Bellas might be in. That's still that rumor. They could be in as the tag team, I guess. They already have the woman now to join Batista and the NWO. So now you got Batista, the NWO, and Alicia Fox. They're gonna have probably 3 or 4 more people. They might have a celebrity this year. Might have a tag team of 2, 3. I would love to have it be Brian Pillman, but Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, or Dynamite Kid, or the British Bulldogs as a tag team, the Rougeaus as a tag team, the Killer Bees as a tag team, like I said, the Jumping Bomb Angels, Bull Nakano, so many people, so many women that should be in way before people like Alicia Fox. What has she done? I'll rant about that tomorrow. I don't want to do the rant right now because I'll go on for another 2 hours. But that's it. So we'll see what happens with Brock Lesnar at the Rumble and see how many people he eliminates. Actually getting somewhere. And that's it. So I get the segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that we get Randy Orton and his monotonous voice. Comes out, puts over Drew McIntyre and says he has a great future, but that he's not on par, on the level with him. Well, it's kind of weird. You have Drew as a face one week, then Drew is a heel or a tweener, and then Randy's a face, and then Randy's a tweener. We get that. See what happens with that. And then we get to a match with Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Good match. Starts up with them locking up, working the ropes. They separate. Then Drew gets in control, hits a shoulder tackle. Orton goes to the outside, comes back in. Orton hits a shoulder tackle of his own. So Drew's like, okay. And then they go at it. Drew slams him into the buckles, delivers some chops. Orton doesn't like it. And he fires back, dumps Drew to the floor. He falls out, slams him into the barricade a couple of times. Drew fires back, sends Orton to the ring post, and then he Claymore kicked the timekeeper at ringside as Orton moved. Sad guy. As we go to break. Come back, Drew heads up top, flies off into a dropkick by Orton. They trade moves, and Drew delivers some chops into Orton. Eye pokes him like a la Mr. Roddy Piper. And then he hits the draping DDT. Sets up for the RKO. Drew counters with a headbutt, with a Glasgow kiss, and an overhead belly-to-belly for a near fall. Hits a suplex, and goes for the Claymore. It's countered into a snap slam for a near fall. Orton then takes him up top, follows with some strikes. And then he hits a superplex. And looked like he was about to go for the RKO. Then he goes to the floor, and then the OC arrive, and they attack him for the disqualification. So Drew wins by disqualification. So match was good. I didn't like the ending that much. So I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Orton makes Drew makes the save, and they run off the OC. And Orton, as usual, has to get his moment in. RKO's Drew. And then he leaves. Drew gets on the mic and says he should have Claymored Orton, so that was on him. And it won't happen again, and they aren't done. He's on Sunday. He says the Claymore will send Orton's head off his shoulders and he will win the Rumble. Possibly. I'm hoping he does. I think he'd be in the Final 4 at least, I hope. I think it's going to be Brock, Drew, Roman. The fourth person is a toss-up. It might be Rowan. I think Rowan will last a long time in that match. Probably grossing everybody out with that damn freaking thing in his cage. I still think it's a freaking rat or something. I don't know what it is. A puma, I don't know. So, let's do that. I think it might be Rowan, the Final 4, but Rowan's gonna get thrown out easily by Drew. He's gonna get thrown out by blah 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 blah. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave all that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. All right, then we go to the back with Charlie Caruso and her guest Charlotte. Charlotte's prepared, and she plans to face anyone. Then Becky Lynch comes out. She arrives, and she's like, "Hi, Charlotte." And Charlotte says she'll face 29 women. But are they ready for her? Charlotte's a good lock for that the win. The Royal Rumble. Maybe we'll get Becky, Charlotte times 6,000. We really don't want to see. again at WrestleMania, because we've seen that last year, even though Ronda was in it. And I'm picking Ronda to come back and win the Royal Rumble, face Becky at WrestleMania and win the belt back. She really didn't lose the belt per se. She didn't get she don't wait. Did she get pinned? Did she get pinned? I think she did get pinned at WrestleMania. So she wants her win back. She wants her title back. So I think Ronda or Shayna is gonna win the match and go on to face Becky at WrestleMania and beat her. And that, and then Becky will get a rematch. She'll lose the rematch. And then Shayna or Ronda will go on a nice long reign with the belt, probably all the way through SummerSlam. But we'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Speaking of Becky, she is in our next segment. She has a promo. She said Asuka did her a favor last week and spitting mist in her face. Becky now sees things clearly and feels Asuka is now afraid of her. Asuka beat her last year at the Royal Rumble, but she won the main event at WrestleMania while Asuka went on to YouTube to make soup. Why are you dissing somebody's YouTube channel? I mean, not to say anything bad about Asuka's YouTube channel. I mean, I'm subscribed to Asuka's channel because freaking Asuka's my wife. I mean, come on. Asuka's fucking hot. That's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, don't diss Asuka's YouTube channel, or you're gonna get an earful from her and me. And that's all I gotta say about that. And then she tells Asuka, "You can't beat me anymore." So we'll see what happens with them at the Royal Rumble for the Raw Women's title. I think Becky will exercise the demon, get the monkey off her back, and finally beat Asuka. I know Kairi Sane will get involved, but I think it'll backfire. So I think Becky will win, hold on to the title, and then see who her challenger is going to be. I think they might do a women's elimination chamber match to see who faces either Becky or Bayley or whoever holds that title by WrestleMania. It could be Bayley. It could be Lacey Evans. I'm hoping it's Lacey Evans, but we'll see what happens with that. So like I said, it was okay. I give it 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And then Becky remains in the ring as we get a non-title match with her and Kairi Sane. Comes out with Asuka at ringside. Match wasn't bad. It was actually a decent match. Kairi plays around until Becky punches her in the throat and drops her to the floor. She falls out. Asuka distracts her and Kairi chop blocks Becky. Asuka then cheap shots her knee. Like what happened last year at the Royal Rumble when Becky hurt her leg and then she somehow won the Royal Rumble on one leg. So we'll see what happens with that. As we go to break, come back. Kairi has Becky grounded, and then Asuka sits on the ring post watching on, and basically talking crap to Becky on the top rope, which kind of distracted me from watching the match. Becky escapes as a dropkick and they go back and forth. Becky levels her with a clothesline. She misses a charge. Kairi fires back and heads up top. Not on the side where Asuka is. She connects with a flying forearm for 2. Becky fires back, hits an inverted DDT. And then goes up to the second rope, hits a leg drop for a near fall. She follows up with a disarmer. Kairi counted into a cradle for a near fall. She hits a DDT for another near fall. Becky cuts her off some kicks, dumps her to the floor. Becky goes to the floor and controls, and then throws Kairi back in, and then she dumps Asuka to the floor. Then she hits an exploder on Kairi, and then locks in the disarmer, and Kairi had no other choice but to tap out. So, it was a pretty decent match. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. So it continues the Asuka Becky feud, Becky storyline. So like I said, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Afterwards, Asuka attacks, knocks in the Asuka lock, and then hits the roundhouse kick or the Asuka kick, or whatever you want to call it, to lay Becky out. And so Asuka gets momentum going into Sunday. And we'll see what happens. Like I said, we'll see what happens in their match for the Raw Women's title. And like I said, I think Becky will retain. The skin of her teeth. I think Kairi will get involved. Kairi's gonna get involved in most of the match, but I think near the end she's gonna try something, and or like Asuka's gonna try to miss Becky and it backfires. She missed Kairi, and then Kairi and Asuka have a little argument. Not to say they're gonna break up, but eventually they're gonna lose those women's tag titles. I don't know to who. I think it's gonna be Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. That's not the only tag team they have besides. I think then again it might be Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, because they were thinking of ending Fire and Desire since Mandy's gonna be with Otis now. They might keep Sonya there, just since she's getting wins, and then might culminate in the women's tag team belts, and then Mandy and Otis all excited, they kiss and everything, and then Sonya's just in the background, and then eventually Sonya turns on Mandy, and then Sonya goes her way, Mandy goes with Otis, and then somebody else wins the tag team belts, which would probably be maybe the return of the Iconics. But I really don't want to see the Iconics with the belts again. I really don't. But we haven't seen them in a while since I think Peyton Royce got married. I don't know what happened to what Billie Kay's been doing. I think they're in the Performance Center getting repackaged or something. Or one of them got hurt or something like that. I don't know. What are you doing? Stupid cat. So we get that. So like I said, 2.5 out of 5 stars for the match, and we'll see what happens on Sunday. Alright, then we get a Rocky Johnson memorial video package. Nicely done by the WWE. We had NWA had a statement about it. AEW, NXT did memorial packages about it, so that was nice. I don't think TNA had one, but I wasn't watching Twitch, and they got banned from Twitch for a week because of that Rob Van Dam sex three-way sex thing, and so they're back on Twitch now for all you people that missed last week's episode. But it is what it is, and that's the point. Let's see about that. All right, after that, we see Kairi and Asuka walking backstage. They question about their actions, and they rant in Japanese. Okay, I just made more of the Japanese people hate me. The women love me, but this was. Asuka basically doesn't give two whats and says Becky's not ready for her. And that's it. So more to add on to that storyline, and I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it for that. All right, then we get to the Raw Tag Team titles. The Viking Raiders taking on Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. This was a pretty good match. We got Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens at ringside along with the AOP. I really don't know why. But I thought this match was gonna end in a clusterfuck, and that the Viking Raiders would retain the titles, but nah. So it starts with Eric and Buddy. Eric runs him over with a running knee strike. Ivar comes in, they double team Buddy. Buddy then takes a leave, and he goes to the floor. As the AOP, Kevin Owens and Joe brawl on the floor, and they go into the crowd, so they're out of the equation. So we go to break. We come back. Seth and Buddy work over Eric, and we find out that Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and AOP have been sent to the back You know, they kind of rolled in the crowd. I guess you get sent to the back anyway. Eric fights him up, but they take out Ivar. Buddy then hits a Kamagoye and a Brain Buster. As Seth hits a frog splash, high fly flow, whatever you want to call it, for a near fall. Buddy comes back in. They follow with some kicks until Eric hits a knee strike. It's the hot tag to Ivar. Seth comes in, gets run over. Ivar runs wild on both of them. Then Eric comes in. Seth stops Thor's hammer, and then they send him to the outside. And then both of them do suicide dives on the champions. Come back in, and Viking Raiders hit Thor's hammer for a near fall as Seth makes the save. He takes out Eric. Ivar cuts him off and takes Buddy up top. Buddy fights him off as Seth tags in. And they hit Cheeky Nando's, whatever that is. Then they powerbomb Ivar for a near fall. Buddy tags in. Ivar hits the double back handspring elbow onto both men. And then Eric tags in. He hits a powerbomb. And then Seth dumps Ivar to the outside. Buddy hits the running knee strike. Seth hits the curb stomp. And Buddy covers for the 1, 2, 3. We have new Raw Tag Team Champions in Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. I believe this is Seth Rollins' 4th or 5th title, a tag team title, because he's held it with a couple times with Dean Ambrose. Held it with Shield, if you think he gets Seth and Roman. I forgot the other couple. I think now with Buddy, I think it's 4. I think it's his 4th or 5th reign as a tag team champion right now. That's pretty good. And Buddy gets his first major tag team, first major title in WWE, being the tag team title. So they get the win. And I was hoping to be AOP, but I think eventually, this whole thing with the Monday Night Messiah is gonna end, and I think the AOP are gonna turn on Seth and Buddy, and they're gonna challenge them for the belts and beat the crap out of them, win the belts, and then hold on to them for a while. Then the Viking Raiders come back, winning the belts, and they're gonna be a good match, probably by SummerSlam. But we'll see what happens with the belts. So match is pretty good. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. So congratulations to Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy for the belts. Probably get a rematch at the Royal Rumble, I would think. And we'll see what happens with that. Then after that, we get Seth Rollins and his disciples celebrating and comment on their victory. Buddy saw the light and it paid off for him. And Seth says on Sunday he's going to win the Royal Rumble like he did last year. So he's going to be a back-to-back champion, which I doubt. I mean, how many times we're going to see Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar? I mean, come on. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that crap. And that's it. So, we move on from there. That's it. Alright, then we get the Street Profits doing their weekend update crap. And Troop joins in from Houston. He says he's too good for this. And that's that. Nobody gives two craps about that. So I gave it a dud. Didn't care. And then after that, you get Eric Rowan and Matt Hardy. Thanks for coming, Matt Hardy. He gets hit with the Iron Claw finisher. I think Matt Hardy's just fulfilling the end of his contract, and then eventually, by the late spring, he's gonna join AEW and probably be the Exalted One. Yes, the Exalted One, wonderful, of the Dark Order. But we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 1 out of 5 stars. Rowan tried to go in the cage again, and his hand came out bloody again. So I think it's a rat, giant rat or something like that. Maybe it's a mutant rat or something like that. I don't know. Like that. Then after that, the Rusev, Liv Morgan, Lashley, and Lana video package. Cares. Then we see Joe and Kevin Owens arrive, and they are in the Rumble as well as they plan to ruin Seth's night. But Joe says he'll go through Kevin if he has to in order to win. So a little bit of tension between Joe and Kevin. Get that. 2 out of 5 stars. Then we see Mojo Rawley, the 24/7 champion, interviewed and says the title has been held by cowards. Then the Singh brothers try to pin him. So he beats the crap out of them. Whoop-de-damn-do, gave that 2 out of 5 stars. Then after that, we get to the main event, which lasted 4 fucking minutes. Before that, we get Lana and Lashley arrive. Lana says Rusev Day is cancelled, and her and Lashley love each other and want to share their inspiring love. See that? She runs down the crowd and knows the fans are jealous of them, and they will have to suffer through the fans' ruthlessness, and all they want is a thank you. And she's gonna deal with Liv right now. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars. We get to the match. Match was horrible. Lana and Liv were doing most of the work. Getting to the end, Liv dumps Lana to the outside. Rusev hits a Machka kick to Lashley, and then Lana grabs Rusev's foot as Lashley spears him for the win. So Lashley and Lana get another win over Rusev and Liv Morgan. Lasted 3.5 minutes. But this feud's still gonna continue on. I really don't know why. I guess it's going to continue for the next 2 months, because it's going to last all the way till WrestleMania, when it's finally, hopefully, this feud ends. I mean, what's stuff that they can do? Like, Lana and Lashley announced that they're pregnant. Oh god, I just gave them an idea. So, or they find out Lana cheated on Lashley with Liv, and they have a big, lesbian angle, and Rusev's in the back, like, not giving two craps about it, and Lashley's devastated. Then they break up. No more marriage for them. I mean, I really don't care. I don't care about this feud. So the match I gave 1 out of 5 stars. It was just fucking horrible. And that's it. So that's it for your Monday Night Raw review. And I gave it 3 out of 10 stars. I mean, the only thing that was good about it was the U.S. title ladder match between Andrade and Ray, and the Raw Tag Team titles was pretty good. That was it. Heyman's and Brock segment was okay, but other than that, the rest of the night sucked. Main event sucked. 3.5 minutes for your main event. I mean, AEW had a longer main event, and NXT had a longer main event than this crap, and better quality and better matches. Both matches were awesome. Pac and Moxley was great. Roderick Strong and Keith Lee was great. That's why NXT and AEW just destroying Raw and SmackDown. Raw has been boring for the last year and month right now. Well, I should say 2 months in a year. Didn't have a good 2018 either. Just regurgitated bull crap every freaking week. I can only imagine what the aftermath of Royal Rumble is this Monday night. Let's see what happens there. And we'll see what and that's all I gotta say about that. So thank you for watching. Once again, 3 out of 10 stars for Raw. But let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or a video reply down below. If you have any wrestling questions or any general questions you want to ask me, put it down below in the comment section of this video or any one of my future videos coming up. Or your best bet, hit me up via Facebook. Just type in Peter Gilmore, you'll find me somewhere on Facebook. And hit me up on Twitter, tweet, or a DM. Twitter link is down below in the comment section of this video. @Gilmore Inc. is my handle. Send me a tweet, send me a comment, send me a tweet or a DM with your questions, and that's all I gotta say about that. We will finish off. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Royal Rumble this Sunday. We got SmackDown tomorrow. Should be great. That's all I gotta say about that. Nobody gives a crap about Raw. Raw sucked. That's all I gotta say about that. So that's it. I'm out. Peace! Stupid sons of bitches.